Shalom Eastern Shore. I am Rabbi David Tokacher with Congregation Maim Chaim, the Eastern Shore's Messianic Synagogue, and I am bringing you your daily dose of living water. Proverbs 29:18 from the Tree of Life version says, "Where there is no divine vision, people cast off restraint, but blessed is the one who keeps Torah." Funny enough, I've heard people quote the first part of this verse so many times and in relation to so many different issues, but I don't think I have ever heard anyone really quote the whole verse when using it. So just for the sake of reiteration of the fullness of this verse, I want to read it again for you and encourage you to listen very closely. Where there is no divine vision, people cast off restraint, but blessed is the one who keeps Torah. Notice that both parts of this verse are contingent upon the other. Neither can truly stand alone on their own and be understood, interpreted, or lived out in the fullest. Yet, more often than not, when I've heard people quote this verse or reference it, it is usually quoted from the KJV and simply will be stated as, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." And that's it. The whole second part of Proverbs 29:18 is generally left off entirely. Yet the second part is such an important qualifier to fully grasp what God is saying here. Have you ever struggled in your own life in trying to find divine vision and direction? Are you sitting in limbo in life right now trying to figure out what is next for you? Whether that is a job decision, a financial decision, seeking God's leading in the next step or phase of your calling, or anything else for that matter. God does in fact have a vision for your life. See, the second part of this verse is a dynamically important qualifier to the former. Notice that pretty much any English translation has the conjunction word but before the second part. According to the dictionary, but is a conjunction used to introduce a phrase or clause contrasting with what has already been mentioned. And this is very much the case with our verse at hand. The Lord is saying, without his vision for our lives, we will cast off restraint. The Hebrew root word here is para and can mean to loosen, to expose, to be made naked. And in contrast of that, the second part says that the one who keeps the Torah will be blessed or happy. And the second part, we see two important Hebrew words. First, the root word translated here as keep is the word shamar, meaning to guard, to protect, or to keep. The second is translated here as blessed and is the word asher, meaning happy or blessed. So another way of looking at Proverbs 29:18 is not simply that without vision or revelation we will perish or die, but rather that without divine vision we will go astray or in the wrong direction. And the way to avoid this is to guard, protect, and keep the word of God faithfully in our lives. The Lord wants to give us his clear direction for our lives. He doesn't want to leave us feeling high and dry. But if we are faithful to be in his word, if we are faithful to live out his word in our lives, if we are faithful to guard our hearts and lives with his word, he will be faithful to reveal his divine vision and direction for us. See, the Torah and realistically the Bible as a whole, it is not intended to be just a compilation of stories and commandments. It is meant to be an instruction manual for righteousness before the Lord so that we aren't left exposed and wandering astray. Shalom.